The last time we played together, the three of us played, was at Eric Clapton's wedding. Eric had this big party, and it was funny because we walked into this big tent and there's a stage there, and I said to Eric, "Oh, great, who's playing?" And he said, "You are." So the party was going on. They had a drum kit and congas and, organ, piano, amps, and a couple of guitars and things like that. The ball was starting rolling with Zach, my son, who was playing guitar, and Jim Capaldi, who played drums. And then after that, everyone just came, wandering onto the stage, and we did, all the old favourites. George got up and we played, and Paul was up. So that was the closest I think we ever got to actually getting back together.
When Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr got together to jam at Eric Clapton's wedding celebration at his English estate on May 19th, 1979, 45 years ago, a small number of guests saw what was essentially the closest thing to a live Beatles reunion. The spontaneous show was the first time the three ex-Beatles had performed live since the band's farewell gig on the Apple rooftop on January 30th, 1969. After being married to Pattie Boyd, Harrison's ex-wife, Clapton set up an outside stage for an epic jam session that included the three former Beatles, a reformed Cream, Mick Jagger, Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones, David Bowie, Elton John, and many more. John Lennon was not there because he was living in the United States at the time. The first occasion the former Beatles performed music on stage in a semi-professional manner was during the Clapton's wedding reception, despite the fact that the three Fabs also participated in an impromptu sing-along session at Starr's wedding in 1981. The Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Get Back were the two of the numerous songs reportedly played that day. Why John Lennon wasn't there for their first performance since Apple Rooftop concert on January 30th, 1969 remains unclear. According to Pattie Boyd, John Lennon was not invited because she didn't think he would come and because of his visa problems in the USA, but Lennon obtained his green card in 1976 and was traveling around the world at this point. Rumor has it he would have attended had he known. In Peter Duggett's book, You Never Give Me Your Money, Eric Clapton mentions that John Lennon later phoned me to say that he would have been there too if he had known about it, but nobody thought to ask him. There is a rare photo of Paul, Lenny Donegan, George and Ringo at the wedding. Wouldn't it have been great to see John in this photo too? Danny Lane, co-founder of the Wings, said it's lucky that nobody taped the three Fabs and friends playing though because the music was terrible, absolute rubbish. The drinks were flowing, so this is probably one of those seemingly tantalizing things like the John and Paul studio reunion. It sounds fascinating on paper, but the reality. Afterwards, Ringo said, "I feel that I want to do one like that again, with just the four of us, once Sean Lennon is 5 and John starts playing again."
Hello.
That was Ringo, folks.
Well, what can I say?
And goodbye to all of them.
Well, this is Ringo. Everyone seems to have said everything here, so I'll just sign off by saying cheerio and best of luck from the Beatles.